So the whole point of manifestation is to have fun with it. It's to be, it's to be your creator, be the creator of your life. And what I realized, especially me myself, is sometimes you use manifestation for the wrong thing. Sometimes you use it because you want to control things, because we like to control things sometimes. I like to control things sometimes. And it's a huge problem. And that's also why we talk about letting go in the manifestation space, because when you try to control something, and the act of trying to control that thing proves that you have no control over it. Therefore, you actually put yourself in a lower vibration of not having it, because you feel like you need to control it because it's not here. And one of the coolest times and one of the best times with manifestation I've ever had was when I had fun with it and when I did things completely different, completely new. Manifestation is doing new things and seeing how it works out, not doing the same thing you've done before and just hoping something different happens. What's Albert Einstein says, that's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So it's the same thing with manifesting. I remember I would put myself in honestly really stupid situations I really never should have, but I did it on purpose just to see what I can do with it, just playing with it. Sometimes I put myself in really dumb situations, like I said, and it came out way better than it should have, and to the point where I was like, I totally manifested that, because there's no way I should have been in that position and made it what I did. Like, I remember one time, I really shouldn't get into it because it's pretty bad, but long story short, let's just say I was with a friend, and at the time I was still sober and everything, but we were at people's houses that sold things, if you know what I mean. And I just remember, I was like, I want to take my friend here, and I know I shouldn't be going here, but I'm just going to see how it goes. I'm going to see what happens. And I was really into law of attraction at this time. And I remember getting there, and they're really cool people. I just started talking about the law of attraction and how I used to do a lot of substances and stuff, and how I don't anymore, even though they sold substances. But like, long story short, I ended up telling them about that, and their girlfriends were there. And the craziest thing was, I actually got them all to sit down and watch the movie The Secret. And after that, they're all like, yo, I want to change my life. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to get sober. Because they saw that they could create, they could help themselves. So many people are stuck in a position where they don't know that. They think life just happens to them, and they're in a shitty position, and that's all they know how to do is to sell, and that's the only way they can get out of the situation they're at. Until I gave them and showed them a different way out. And they saw that, and they believed it. They're like, oh, this stuff is totally true. It makes a lot of sense to me. And that's what they told me. Again, I always say, it's not me. It's always you. Whatever, like, if I'm giving you advice and it changes your life, it's not me that did it. I just gave the information. You still have to do it. At the end of the day, you still need to apply the things. If you're listening to me and you're learning from me, you still need to apply it. I listen to so many manifestation things all the time, but it doesn't mean I apply it all the time. That's the problem too, is sometimes we have so much information, especially manifestation, learning about this stuff. We have all this stuff in our head, but we don't apply it. And then we wonder why it doesn't work. And then we complain about it, and then we get back in the victim mindset, and it's because you're not applying it. It's because you don't believe it. If you believed it, you would apply it. And some of us, it's just our pattern, right? Like, our brain wants to be protected. Our brain wants to be able to complain and not, it's our brain wants to be able to complain and doesn't want to look at the fact that, maybe I'm responsible for a lot of things that I've done. So then the brain rationalizes and tries to make excuses. But when you hear this stuff, it empowers you, empowers people. And when you tell people this, I've never heard of this stuff before, it makes them change their mind and be like, wow, I didn't know that I literally could create my own reality. And that's how I, for instance, got out of my substances, because I didn't realize that. And again, when I'm manifesting, the best time to manifest is to do something completely different that you've never done ever before in your life, and just see what happens. Just put yourself in a situation you've never put yourself in and see what happens. You know what I used to do? I used to go to the club by myself. I'm like, I'm just going to go by myself, and I'll see what happens. And I'll end up running to some people I haven't seen in a long time. I'll end up meeting some good friends, good contacts, That's because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just going to go to the club by myself. I want to see what happens. And that's what happens. Sometimes I meet some really good people. But if I never did that, right, and I hung around the same friends, or I hung out and went out with the same friends, I would have never been in a position where I would have met these different people. And a lot of people, they use the law of attraction. They want to use it for like manifesting money and everything, which is great. And I do that, right? But sometimes it's not all about the money. It's the process. It's the simple, stupid things of manifesting, like manifesting a cup of coffee, or, you know, that parking spot that you've waited for. Or just the small things, just like finding $5 in front of your car, like crazy things that you're like, there's no way that should have happened. I can't believe that happened. And I'll tell you what, with manifesting things, you don't manifest what you want. You manifest the person you are. So the best way to become a better manifester is to become a better person, to really go within yourself and to help yourself. Not look at the flaws within you, but look at the positives within you and go off those positives. And know that you can do anything you want, and realize that, and stop listening to all the naysayers. Stop listening to all the people that are telling you why you're in the position you're in, why you're in this shitty position you're in. Because the thing is, reality doesn't exist outside of you. Reality exists within you. But it depends the information you're listening to. If you're listening to bad information, negative information about money, or about finances, about relationships, about the world around you, if everything you see is negative, 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 then that's what you're going to create for yourself, because that's what's in your mind. So all you need to do is just switch what's in your mind and start listening to all the positive things and let go of all the bullshit. You're going to have, like, this is life, like cause and effect. You're going to have negatives and you're going to have positives. Like, for something that's as positive as something is also as negative as something is. So why are we focusing on the negative when we can focus on the positive? It's really just that simple. There's more to it, but if, you know, sometimes ignorance is bliss, and it's sometimes easier just to pay attention to the small things like that. Like, okay, if I just focus on the positive things, no matter what situation I'm in, I'll be better off. Because circumstances don't matter. You know where circumstances were created? Your circumstances that you're living right now started in the mind, started with your belief systems, started in your mind, started with your thoughts, and what you believe about yourself, what you believe about your reality, what you believe about your family, what you believe about your finances. That's where all that came from. That came from the things you listen to and the things you believe. And with manifestation, part of letting go that everybody talks about, which is the biggest part of it, is letting go of all the negative beliefs that you have. It's so hard for us to put positive beliefs in there because our brain's trying to protect us. Your brain's job is to protect you, and that's what it wants to do all the time. That's why it thinks about so much negative things, because it wants to protect you. Because if you're not thinking about, you know, the future and what could happen and trying to protect yourself, then your brain's like, oh my God, this could happen, and then we'd be in a bad position, and I'm trying to protect you. And that's great and all, but at the same time, we're in a different world than, you know, we were thousands of years ago. Like, it's completely different. Like, it's not tigers running after us anymore. It's like our parents yelling at us, or people on social media commenting negative things. Like, it does the same thing as it did when the tigers were chasing us. It's just a different scenario now. It's just social media and being bombarded nonstop by information. But the best thing is we have the best information in the world now too. So you can focus on the best information we have, listen to videos like this and get inspired and really want to change your life. Or you listen to negative stuff and think the world's coming to an end and think that, you know, everything's everybody else's fault and that there's nothing you can do about it. And so there's just pretty much just two choices. You can focus on the positive, you can focus on the negative. I mean, when you're manifesting in the present moment. And a lot of people will be like, well, I wanted to manifest this this parking spot and it wasn't there. Well, not everything happens the way it's supposed to happen too. Sometimes that spot wasn't there because it was just meant for someone else, or you were meant to have a different parking spot. And the other thing is, what I've realized when you're manifesting too is it's how you feel. You will never manifest something by wanting it, ever. You have to be in the heart space. That's manifesting, is the heart space. It's the love space. When you're in a loving feeling, when you feel your heart flutter, whatever makes your heart flutter, and you're in that space, that's when you want to focus on what you want to manifest. When you're in the best mood of your life, you want to focus on what you want to manifest, because that pulls it to you, because you're in the heart space. Your heart has a frequency 100 times more powerful than your brain. Like your intuition you get, that's your heart, right? So when you're in the heart space and you're focused on that, that helps you manifest faster. You know why? Because you're on a higher frequency. It's all about frequencies. The higher your frequency is, that's where the things that you want are on that frequency, and they're going to come to you. Like money is a different frequency. Relationships are different frequencies. If you want a lot of money, but you have a lot of negative belief systems about money and why it's bad for people to be wealthy, then you're going against that and you're not going to attract that. Why would money come to you if you're going against it? You know what I mean? So I appreciate you guys watching this video. I'd like you to like and subscribe and comment below, let go, or comment below anything else that, you know, you'd like for me to see, or any videos you want me to do in the future. And I'll see you guys in the next one.